Hello everybody! Chompho here for IFMU, or I Forgot My Username. And basically, I'm going to be doing Voltz tutorials on Voltz. Well then. Yeah! Anyway, start off, well, the first thing, basically in Voltz, or the main thing that everybody loves in Voltz is the ICBM mod, or Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, or Big Boom. Take your pick. And so, basically, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need, a launcher. You're going to want the control panel, the platform, and the support frame. Now, obviously, you can see it's Tier 1. You see little T1. You've got Tier 2 here and Tier 3 here. You can mix and match all you want. I do not. It does not really matter. You can put a blue control panel on a green launcher with a red, or with a Tier 2 support frame. I'm just going to go into quick on how this very quickly works. You obviously need power first, which I have right there. Thank you, infinite batteries. You're going to want a lever, and you're obviously going to want everything here. Blue, or Tier 3, is the best, and green is, I'd love to say, the worst. And the only reason that this is worse than this is because of the inaccuracy. You see here you got an inaccuracy of 15 blocks, inaccuracy of 7, and inaccuracy of 0. Basically what that's saying is wherever you ask for that missile to hit, kablam, it will hit always. This will have a 7 block inaccuracy rate, and this will have a 15 block. Let's say we got rid of the support frame, though. It will now have an inaccuracy of 30 blocks. So you really want to have the support frame because, well, it lowers the inaccuracy. But what is a missile launcher without a missile? Which is where we come here. We've got Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, and then what I would love to call the untiered. Let's look at Tier 1 for a second, or the green. The easiest to make. So you got chemical, or conventional, shrapnel, incendiary, debilation, chemical, anvil, repulsive, and attractive. Quite easy to make. I'll just show you conventional missile module, TNT. They're very simple to make. Let's move on to Tier 2. A little more complicated. We've got fragmentation, contagious, sonic, breaching, rejuvenation, and thermobaric. Now, rejuvenation is very expensive to make, and I shall show you why. That is why. You need a diamond block, 4 clocks, and 4 blocks of iron. That is a lot. And now Tier 3. Personally, my favorites, obviously, because they do the most damage. We've got nuclear, EMP, exo and endo, thermic, ender, hypersonic, and the anti-gravitational missile. And now, children of all ages, shapes, and sizes, we're going to go into what I would love to call the untiered section. We've got homing missile, we've got the cluster and the nuclear cluster, and then we have the antimatter and red matter missiles. My favorite. They really are. Now, we're just going to quickly grab ourselves a radar gun. I will be showing all these different things in a later tutorial. We're going to take these teleporters that I have so conveniently set up, and we're going to fire some of these missiles. Just plop it there. Okay. So we take these coordinates, and we're going to use the blue one, because it hits spot on. Coordinates transferred, we'll throw you away. And let's do a couple of these. We'll do conventional, anvil. Now we'll use deabilitation. Ooh, incendiary, we have to use that one. Or, yeah, okay. So we're going to use these three. So we've got the conventional missile, which is conventional. Very low blast radius and very fun to just kind of launch at your friends. To be poke poke. See, very little damage was done. Nope. Okay, we'll just put that away. Oh, we've got the anvil. It is kind of what it says. It's a little strange. Oh. No. Basically, well, you'll see what happens when it hits. 3, 2, 1. And... no? Okay, fine. Maybe I didn't get it. Well, it's supposed to launch anvils into the air. Now, one of my more favorite ones, or one of the two trollable missiles, we're not actually going to use the incendiary, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because we want to save the town a little bit, a little more destruction for the other tiers. Deabilitation. Let's show you what it is. La-da-da. Hello. Ta-da. And we have a hit. Now, if you watch my channel, you will obviously know what this is. It's the same as a chemical missile, but the effects are worse, basically. Anyway, let's move on to tier 2. We'll do fragmentation, sonic, breaching, and we'll use a rejuvenation. Fragmentation missile, well, pretty self-explanatory. I did get permission from the village High Council to use them as a test dummy. And you see fragmentation going everywhere. And we're going to turn off the music. Oops. Sonic! Oh, sonic missiles. You are always fun to use. And you will see why in a second. And... hit! Oh, Lord. And everything just goes flying. It's great. Breaching missile is just a higher up, conventional. Now rejuvenation. Let's show you what this is. It's actually a very nice missile. Report. Oop. And you see blocks are, oh, they're still falling. And we're gonna fly up so that it doesn't really hurt. And hit. Boom. It brings back to land to what it used to be, except it doesn't, and yeah. That's basically what it does. Tier 3. Okay, so I want to use the nuclear. EMP I can't show you. We'll use Exo and Endo. We'll do hypersonic. We'll do the anti-grav. Nuclear missile we're going to hold on to. We're going to find a different... we're going to take the nuclear missile. We're going to take the red, anti, and nuclear. Well, we'll keep those later. Homing missile. And I'll explain these later. First, exothermic. Boom! I love the sound effects. The sound effects are great. Obviously, as you know, each missile does a different thing. Some are more devastating than others. boom? Huh. Usually there's a boom. Usually. And then endothermic is the same except with a blue light, which we can probably see from here, but let's check it out anyway. Oh, that's new. Whoa. Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness. Whoa. That's new. I didn't know it did that. So apparently the exothermic also puts everything on ice. And gives you status effects. That's pretty cool. Look, I'm even learning some things. Oh boy. Hypersonic. One of my more favorite missiles. That and the anti-grav. Which is why I saved it for last. Basically, it's just a step. The hypersonic is just a step up from the Sonic. Unless this has also changed. Nope. Woo! Meow. Oh, that's great. And we're just going to come in here. We're going to use a rejuvenation. Some flint. We're just going to put everything back to what it was so that you can see more effects. Because the anti-grav, well, really speaks for itself, to be honest. And I'll show you why. Actually, we're going to do it on this building we have here. So let's get out a radar. Okay, teleport away. Coordinates have been transferred. Not a nuclear. Oh, no. Anti-grav. Away we go. Now, this is one of my more favorite ones because it's just so, not out of this world, kind of like, why would you do this? But it is something I definitely will want to make. Aw, unless it crashes. Oh, nope. Look at this. It's great. It just, I can't get over how awesome the mod maker made this. Because, I mean, come on, look at this. This is great. Water blocks. I mean, come on. Look at it. I don't know how long the status stays for, but, you know. Oh, God. Oh, there it goes. And we're done. Okay. Nope. I just moved out of the way. Oh, Lord. Why? There's a giant tree. Oh, God. And it just kind of stays there. Now, we're going to have to move our missiles because a missile will get affected by this. So, I did not get permission from the city council to use a nuclear missile on this town, but I am not going to listen. Obviously, everyone knows what a nuclear missile is, but I need to put a couple of things on. I need to put on a hazmat suit, and you'll see why. And, oh, wait a minute. I never put in the coordinates. Well, now I guess I get to show you if the anti-grav will affect this missile. Yes, it does. And you see it right there happening. So nuclear missile down, and big boom. You can see it on my right in my map. And it leaves a giant explosion with radiation, radioactive material. This radioactive material will spread to dirt blocks, but it will not go to stone. Are the effects still? I don't even know. Anyway, now let's talk about the untiered a little bit. We've got homing, cluster, nuclear cluster, antimatter, and red matter. Move these out of the way. Okay, so first, the homing. I'm just going to place it in, but I'm not going to fire it. A homing missile, you need to use something called a tracker. What you do is, I hate sheep, so we're going to do this. We're going to spawn in a sheep. We're going to track it by right-clicking. We're going to come to our homing missile. It will say target lock onto the sheep. Obviously, it does have a 15... Oh, never mind. And that's a homing missile, and it can basically find anyone. Now, we're going to have... I'm not going to talk about these yet. These are what I'm going to call, I don't even know what I'm going to call them. They're death, basically. They're death's toys. Now you're going to get a cluster missile and a nuclear cluster missile. Basically, they are what they say. The cluster missile is, well, let's just show you. Radar. It doesn't really matter where it hits, just saying. There we go. So move. And 3. There it goes. I don't know if you saw it. But things did break away. And now let's use the same coordinates and bring in the big gun. The nuclear cluster missile. You need 3... Well, let's just show you how... There it is. You need 3 nukes plus the cluster missile to make this. This thing means business. You're gonna hear lots of big booms in 3, 2... Oh, dang it. Will you take them? Look at that. That is 1 nuclear cluster. One of those can wipe out basically anything. But, folks, we are not done yet. We've still got one last little thing to look at. We've got the red matter and the antimatter. These are the strongest missiles in the game, in the mod, and the most deadly. To show you, I will not be using this area. I'm going to find a new village to show you. Stay tuned. We have found our target of interest. Little do these villagers know that they are now about to be destroyed into little antimatter particles. I have no clue if this goes against any form of convention at all. So, let's fire it. This is the antimatter. To make antimatter, you need something called a particle accelerator, which I will be doing the tutorial in another day. But, basically, this is the second most destructing missile ever. Let's fire it. See, it goes up, and up, and up, and down, and down, and down. Make sure it doesn't touch you. And boom. That is also not a world load. That is not a world, like, chunk failure. The antimatter missile actually did that. Are you amazed yet? No? Okay. Be with you in 1 second. You thought you've seen it all. You saw missiles that could throw out explosions. You saw ones that would turn things to ice. You saw an anti-gravitational missile. And you saw a missile that could bite. Not bite. Man, a missile that could destroy bedrock. But you haven't seen the last one. The final missile. The ultimate missile. The red matter missile. Also known as the black hole. You're going to see why in a second. Let's just explain something very quickly for you before I fire this lad off. Let's go to red matter really quickly. There we go. Red matter missile. Right there. Okay. To make a red matter missile, you obviously need the missile module. You need the red matter explosive. A red matter explosive is made by 8 strange matter. Strange matter, you get that through a very, very rare time in a particle accelerator. I actually do not know how it happens. All I know is that on the Dem Wars that I'm doing with Stellar Scope, somehow I have 4 strange matters. No hack. So I am halfway there. Plus, you need the antimatter explosive, which is made with antimatter, obviously, but you need 1 gram. 1 gram is made of 125 milligrams. A particle accelerator, every time it goes boom and antimatter is created, it gives off 7 milligrams. That is not a lot. So you're going to need a lot of different, obviously, materials. But you will see why. Because basically, once you fire this, it's all over. I'm going to show you why now. Everybody, salute this loving village that is to be destroyed in a black hole. In 3, 2, 1, fire! Okay. We're going to have touchdown. In 3, 2, 1. It's going to pull things towards it. It won't pull me because I am not in survival. Will you take a look at this? It will not go through bedrock, obviously. Options. I'm gonna put down the sound so you can probably hear me now. And it's gonna continue. It's going to continue to just shoot and fire away. It's just going to eat everything up. Basically, it's all doing the world eater. That's what you could also call this missile. Let's go deep into this hot. Well, you can't. Okay. I mean, obviously lava's not going to touch it, but it's just going to continue to eat. And eat and eat. There is one way to stop it, and that is using something called the antimatter explosive. What you can do: place down antimatter explosive, light it, so now it's flying. Yes, it is an antimatter explosive, so it will do the antimatter. But it does get rid of your It does get rid of your black hole. That is the only way to get rid of a red matter explosive that has already exploded. The end. So, I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, your hazmat suit would not help you against that. A hazmat suit would do nothing, basically. So, that was episode 1 in Voltz Tutorials for IFMU. Stay tuned for more Voltz tutorials. Next episode, we're going to be doing missile protection. Because even if a missile is launched, it's not dangerous until it hits. So please, stay tuned. And remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And also, check out my channel if you'd like to. And, goodbye, everyone.